Hi, this is Scott Mars from CrossBikeReview.com. I'm here at Interbike 2015. I'm in the Storck booth here, and with me is Marcus Storck. We've all heard about him, read about him, and so I thought I'd bring you guys to him. Marcus, thank you very much for letting me come into your booth.
Thank you for coming by.
So, tell us a little bit about you and your story and how you came into cycling.
Basically, I was born into the bike industry. My grandfather was a professional racer. My father was racing as well. He founded a bicycle shop in 1969, and I started to ride my first road bike when I was 6 years old, which was 1970. I raced till I was 13 years old. Then they found out I have only one kidney, so I had to stop racing. And basically, I started to develop my first frames. In the beginning, I worked with steel, then my way through titanium. I worked 8 years with Gary Klein on aluminum bikes, and we're producing carbon fiber products since 1993. We manufactured the first carbon fiber crank arms in the world.
Yeah, that's amazing. And what you have here is your cyclocross bike. So tell us a little bit about it. It's beautiful.
We had the idea in the team, besides doing road and mountain bikes, to make a cross bike. And we felt we need to define cross bike a little bit different from the tube shape. So we have a monocoque carbon fiber frame, and we have a technology which we call directional depending stiffness.
Directional depending stiffness.
Yes, so it depends in what direction you're manufacturing your tube and the shape of the tube. You can have different properties.
Right.
So one property is that you have a high lateral stiffness. This is generated by having a larger section here.
Right.
But by making the section narrower here, we also give a very plush and comfort-oriented ride.
Okay.
So you see that in the down tube as well as in the top tube.
Right.
So this gives you a very, very comfort-oriented ride. But in addition to that, you have a very high stiffness, lateral stiffness as well as EV stiffness.
So tell everybody watching why that's important.
If you want to ride fast, you need to make sure that you're not losing energy in your bottom bracket area. And if you want to ride secure, you need a bike which steers exactly at the point where you want the bike to point. So that means you need to have a high lateral stiffness at the head tube section. At the same time, if you're riding on a cross bike or also on the road on a mountain bike, you need to make sure that anything which is on the ground is as most comfortable for you on the saddle and on the handlebar, and as well as in the pedals. So we generated a bike which really rides different. Tour Magazine has tested this bike with all the market leaders in the cross bikes, and they said, Marcus, this is a real arrogant statement from you, because TIX stands for this is cross. So it was a statement from us, but we felt we have generated a new cross bike generation, and they tested it, and the bike was, from the first time they tested it, the test winner in Tour Magazine, which was really, for us, a wonderful thing. The frame is light, it rides super good, it has a stiffness plus a splash feeling, and we constructed a new fork.
That is a beautiful fork. I will say that. It looks, from the side it looks thin, but looking down at it, I see it's rather robust.
Yes. If you look closer to it, you see we have huge tire clearance here. Plus, we have this wider cross sections in this, which is generating the stiffness, and it gets narrower at the lower section so that it really could flex. So we have the high side stiffness, and again, it gives you this comfort-oriented riding. We also, in the very beginning, wanted to have not only disc brakes on the bike, in addition, we wanted true axle.
So you beat everybody to the through axle thing.
Yes, and at that time it was very difficult finding manufacturers to manufacture the wheels for us. So we generated the axle size, and also in the rear we have the true axle as well. And we made an own true axle, which is a torque-free axle. So the way you are tightening, we use a different thread, and with that we have less torque on the bearings and on the hubs.
Oh, so they don't compress that, which increases resistance.
Exactly.
So it's faster.
Yes.
That's good.
We have another neat thing. We have a little compartment here in the axle, and you're pulling out a T25 Torx tool, and it works for your stem and for the other screws on your bike. And you can open your axles with it.
One to roll them all.
Yeah, I can get it. Somehow this one is gone. I can get it in a second and show it to you.
Well, I believe you. It's all very exciting. I can hardly wait to throw my leg over one. And what about the rear end? I'm looking down at this thing and I notice that there is a generous amount of clearance back there from the seat stays.
We wanted to have a fairly good tire clearance and again a very comfort orientated ride. So when you look here, these stays are flat and they have a wider cross section here. So with a wider cross section you generate a bike which has a high stiffness in the chain stays. And in the same way it's very compliant in this direction. So it gives you more comfort orientated ride. We do the same thing with our handlebar and our stem. We call this directional depending stiffness.
So you apply the same technology to the handlebar and the stem. Now how's that going to benefit our people watching right now?
I give you an idea. If we turn the bike around and I hold the stem up in this direction, I push it down in that direction. You see?
Yep.
It gives some weight. If I now press this down and I pull this up, it's stiff. Try it out.
So I can flex that. Oh, and I can't flex it that way. I can't.
That is directional depending stiffness. Now imagine we do the same in the post, and in the post we even have done it to another point, another extension you could say. Some of the manufacturers use a 27.2 post, and as further you pull it out, as more flex you get on it. But it means if you're a taller guy and you just use your post further out, you get more comfort, maybe too much comfort.
Right.
And the smaller person doesn't get the comfort.
Doesn't get any.
Doesn't get any. So here we use the directional depending stiffness, and just have a look. It's a 31.6 post, and just look at this little section here.
Wow. I can see that deflect.
It is 31.6, but it doesn't have it in this direction and nor in this direction.
So I want to turn it this way so my cameraman can actually see that, so he can get a shot at this. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
I'm also getting some vertical compliance in the rear end too, so it kind of works in tandem. It works together. So how much does this frame weigh?
The frame weight is below 1,000 grams in this size.
And the fork?
The fork was 430 in an uncut size.
Oh, nice. And how much is a frame set gonna cost?
I don't have the US dollar prices anymore.
How many euros? How many euros?
The euro price is 1,700 euro.
1,700 euro.
But we have now 3 different versions because we had so much success last year with it when we presented it the first time. We now have a comp version which is a little bit lower in the price range, and we have a platinum bike which is even lighter in the frame weight.
Wow. Is there a rider weight limit on those?
On none of our products.
None.
None of the Storck specific price we have.
None. So a Clydesdale. Do you know what a Clydesdale is?
Yes.
It's a rider that's over 200 pounds. No problem.
You have rather problems with the wheels.
Bigger problem with the wheels. Okay. All right. All right. Great. Well, this is really awesome. Marcus, thank you very much for letting us come in here.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
This is Scott with CrossBikeReview.com. I'm live at Interbike 2015. We'll see you later. Come by, read the reviews, see the videos. See you later.